Okay. So here we have a little bit of thing left, which is where we have left over yesterday was at that point we have established a semi-automated CI/CD pipeline on over Jenkins, but still it is still not fully automated because we still have to we have to run that build now, right? On the demo job, we go and click on the build now. That is a manual intervention. That is called a manual step. I should not be doing that. Let me open this. Let me open this beautiful picture. So here we have almost done everything that is needed for a Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. Only that we need something fully automated, like a developer is putting some changes in the development and putting on the GitHub or into that particular repository, right? There should be a mechanism where it can be a middle of the night, it can be early morning, it can be middle of the day, it can be morning, it can be night, anything, anytime. If somebody puts on some changes, some developer puts on some changes and developer working all over the world, okay, the repository being used for the same project is only will be having the same release branch or whatever. So they are using the same repository. Anything that happens on that repository, that means some changes have been put in by a developer, will be picked up, should be picked up. So there should be some mechanism in which this GitHub will be able to tell the Jenkins that I have received some changes, please pick it up and do the whatever necessary to put it into the pipeline. Isn't it? So I will not be there to click on that build now on that demo job. But my system should be taking care of any time, any point of the day or the night, anyone puts in something, some change over this should be picked up automatically and put it into the pipeline such that the Jenkins master can process on that, build it, and deliver it to the test server, right? That is what we were doing, some semi-automation, but not fully automation. That is what we need to do now. Let us go back to our document saying that we need to create an automated CI/CD pipeline. And by doing this, to do this, we need to do it by the Git webhook. So what are the steps that we are going to create or take? We are going to initiate a Git webhook for Jenkins Git job repository. The Git webhook is an action that we add or attach to the Git repository so that any action on the repository, that means any change that has been put on, will trigger the jobs on the Jenkins site. Correct? Triggering the jobs after the completion of the previous job with the following map. So Jenkins, Git job, build website with website test. So basically this is the Git job. So Git job. So this is basically the Jenkins job. It will invoke the Git job. It will build the website, that is the Apache website, and then it will deploy it on the website test. That is the demo job. We will install the plugin for the pipeline view. That is a plugin we need to have a pipeline view. We will see that. Pipeline view is implemented by installing the plugin so that the Jenkins dashboard has a view of the Jenkins job getting executed in the pipeline. So we need to monitor what is happening if there is an automated CI/CD pipeline, because we are not doing it ourselves. It is being done automatically by Jenkins with the help of the plugins. So I need to have some way to view it. I will have a plugin installed, which is called the pipeline view, which will help me to view what is happening in the background. Make changes to the website. Now I will do some more changes into the website. That is the the index.html, I will make some changes. That is only the website or the web page. I will make some changes and put it onto the GitHub. Either I can do it in my local repository and then push it to the GitHub repository, or I can directly do the changes in the GitHub repository. I will do this, the latter one, because I already know how to use Git. So now let us see how we are going to do that. So first of all, we have to do the same things. We have opened the terminals, the Jenkins master, Jenkins slave, and Jenkins slave 2. So we are in the Jenkins master. First of all, need to be sure that the Jenkins is working or not. Yes, Jenkins is working. Therefore, I would like to go and make sure that I am going to invoke the front end of Jenkins. So what is the master server and 88. And DevOps. Sign in. Now, you see, I have this too. Just note down what is the last build number for demo is number 4. I will better keep a picture of this. I will say 4 hours and this is 2 hours. No, not 4 hours. So I will, the first one is 4 times. The 4th build is the last build and the 2nd build is the last build for demo pro. I will just keep a message. Now, first step, I need to install plugin, right? Oh, no, before that also, I have a very important stage. I have to go to manage Jenkins and what? Because I have again started up my server. I should go to configure system. All these are fine. Only this thing I have to change. So let me copy this. Oh, I have already copied. I will have to change this one. Sorry. So this is my current. I will apply and see. Having done this, we will start our new activity. Now, I will install a plugin. What is the plugin? My plugin should be build plugin. Let me install a plugin, right? How do we do that? You go to manage Jenkins. You say manage plugins. Okay. You go to available. That means what are the plugins that are available with the system? What is the plugin name? Build pipeline. I will search build pipeline. You see, you are getting a build pipeline because I'm searching. Otherwise, there is a lot of search or a lot of plugins already available. So it will take bit of time to find out. I know what is the pipeline, what is the plugin that I want to install. What I did, I went to build pipeline 1.5, whatever it is. You click on this. Okay. And then you say install without restart. select the build pipeline to install, click on the checkbox and install without restart. So I do not want to restart. I will install. So it is installing the jQuery because now these are the various allied plugins that is needed for the build pipeline. So all this, the main pipeline is the build pipeline along with the other supported one are installed. Okay, so once this has been installed, I can go back to my dashboard. Okay, what is the next step? Go to the Jenkins dashboard, click on the plus. Now there is a, you will see that after beside the all, this is have a all view. I can create another, it's a new view. Okay, new view. And there I will say that I will give a name, this particular name. I'm saying CI/CD demo. That is the automated demo or the automated pipeline. I'm just copying according to my document. And therefore, I will check on the build pipeline view because earlier, now this was the pipeline. This was the plugin that was installed right now. That's why it is coming. Otherwise, you will only see the list view and the my. I will click on this and I will say create. Now, once this is done, it will have to have a certain more. So you will see the view title as CI/CD demo. Go to the pipeline flow of this one. So pipeline flow. This is the pipeline flow. You come here. You can give a title or whatever. You can give a description. I'm not giving all this stuff. Just go to the important part. The pipeline flow of this one and upstream downstream config. So here I will, in the upstream and downstream config, I will have to say what is the starting point. What is the initial job that I want? Out of which demo and demo prod, these are the two jobs that I have. Which one should be my initial job?
Demo.
Demo.
Yeah, demo. Because I want to start. Remember, we have configured something like demo prod is dependent on demo. So only after successful completion of demo prod should be initiated. So therefore, my initial job, the first job, because why I'm stressing on this point, because there can be hundreds of jobs in the pipeline or there can be in the scheduler. Therefore, I need to find out which is the starting point of that module here. So once I say that this is the demo, I will say, okay, I have no further thing to configure. Yeah, I can have these trigger options and all those things. I will not do it right now. I will say apply and okay. Immediately you see that I'm in the dashboard. Beside all, I have the CI/CD demo. You are seeing the same jobs, the job by the name demo and the demo prod. So it is appearing first in the pipeline. It is appearing first and followed by this one. But there is a something to be aware of that. You have to go to manage Jenkins and manage nodes and clouds. Do you see that these are broken? That's why when you go to this, do you see this is broken? Okay. So I have to establish that link again. What do I do? I first of all I will click on this. I will first of all click this. I will copy this. So I go to Jenkins slave 1. I go to Jenkins. This is the folder, and you will see that the workspace and all the stuff are created. But then, first of all, I need to, because if you see ps-ef grep agent, it is not working. Okay. So what we need to do?
Install.
We have to no hub %. So now you say, do you see that this is 2078, 2078? So agent.jar is working. This is for slave one. Similarly, I need to go to this, because this one and this one will be different. So I will come back to nodes. I will see slave one. So slave one and slave two, this part is a bit different because the security key and all the stuff is different. And also here it will be slave two. The rest of the part should be same. So I go to slave two. I may be here or may not be, doesn't matter, but I will say no hub. This one, this. ES minus EF rep. So this is the agent.18149. So both of them are working. I should be able to see them working. Go to nodes. Yes, both of them are working. I now come back and go to CI/CD demo. Okay. So there will be a link between these two. And these are all coming because, you know, what is the thing? I can delete this pipeline. I can manage this. I can configure history. I can go and check the history of the pipeline history, all these things. But this is coming from which one? This view, entire view is coming from which one?
Master.
What thing did we install right now?
Plugin, sir. Pipeline plugin.
That pipeline view, that view pipeline, that is actually giving this all this interface. Right? So you can go to the job remains the same. The job remains the same. So you can see the last console output. And in the very end, it has triggered a new build for demo prod, like the last one, because it is job number 4. Similarly, if you go over here and you go to console output, you will see started by the upstream project demo build number 4. And it was success. So both of them are in green. That's why. So the last build was green. With this background, let us come back here. So what we are finding out, this is the overall view of the table. There is a table, sort of a table, that is, you are seeing this as a table. Okay. Now the next stage. Now we will commit on GitHub, which should trigger our Jenkins job, but that is later on. To do this, we need to go to the Jenkins dashboard. And we will click on the first job, which is the demo job. So we will go back to the dashboard, click on the demo job. I will say configure. And in the configure, you have the GitHub hook trigger for the Git SCM polling under the build triggers. So I will go to the build triggers. Okay. I'm therefore, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to trigger something. This is whenever there is some change, somebody is put on, like developer has put on something onto the version control system, the GitHub. So there should be, I'm configuring on Jenkins, saying that in this demo job, this will be triggering some build activity whenever there is some change. So GitHub hook trigger for Git SM polling. That means I will fire a trigger to this polling agent, which is Git SCM. This is the control manager. So there is a polling between what? There is a polling between the version control, the Git. Okay, the version control system and the Jenkins. So Jenkins and Git, they are talking to each other. Every few seconds, there is a heartbeat. There is an exchange of heartbeat. That means there is a polling going on between these two systems. The agent is sending a heartbeat. The Jenkins is setting, sorry, not the agent. The Jenkins is sending a heartbeat to the version control system to check if there is any change. And similarly, whenever there is a change over here, that means somebody has put in something onto the GitHub, there is a trigger which will fire the Git SCM polling. So that Git SCM polling will fire a trigger to the to the Jenkins job demo. That is what we are configuring. We are configuring a demo job, and we are saying that in the build triggers, I will fire a GitHub hook trigger for the polling, Git SCM polling. Is that okay? Any questions? So on the demo job of the Jenkins, I have just configured this one. Okay, and you save this configuration. I have nothing to do more. Just come to build triggers, because all the other things will remain the same. I will not change anything, like my description. It's a GitHub project, GitHub URL, restrict. That means the job will be fired on slave 1. It's a source code management is the Git, nothing else. And this is the URL. There was no credentials. All these things will remain the same. I will clone it from the master of the report. And only thing today we have added is the GitHub hook trigger. And I have saved. So this part is done. Now I have to go to the GitHub. So what I do, I go to this. This is my Git, right? For the demo job. Remember, there are two jobs, demo and the demo prod. For demo, this is the GitHub, DevOps.iq.git. And for demo prod, it was something else.
DB DevOps.
DB DevOps. Very good. Very good. So I will pick up this because that is the first job. I will go over here. I will open this. Okay. I will come back here and find out what is the next step. So go to the GitHub repository, go to the settings. In this GitHub repository, that is DevOps.iq.git, I will go to the settings. Settings. Okay. And you will see something there is something called webhooks. Just go to webhooks. Because this GitHub needs to be aware that if there is a change, I will inform Jenkins to pick up the change, right? That's why I'm configuring the webhook. I will delete this. Oh, password. Let me find out what is the password. So I have logged in. Yeah. So we have gone to webhooks, right? You will find whenever you are going into your this thing, your account, you will be finding you just go over here and say webhooks, add webhook. Let me go back here. Add webhook, right? You add a webhook for this particular URL. And in this confirm access, that means you will be asked for your login password, for your password that just now I have done. Once that is there, there insert the Jenkins master server address. This is the Jenkins master payload URL. So what will you give?
Some IP address of master.
IP address of the master with the full path. And you must give something called some name. So let me give no HTTPS. It is just HTTP. So this is the Jenkins master. That means which of the systems you want to call or trigger the event. So you are asking the Jenkins master to be awake from the sleep because somebody has put in some changes. Now you have to do some work. What is the IP address? IP address, and what is the port? 8080. And here you are giving some name of this particular. This is called the endpoint REST URL, the REST API, GitHub webhook. Okay. Just you can give this name. Here we need to generate the secret authentication. So many things are there. First of all, you say that you do up to this, but then you have to give a secret authentication. Where? Because see, Git is trying to work with what? Jenkins master.
Jenkins.
So Jenkins, they need to trust each other. To trust each other, they need to pass a secret code between each other. And that is what the GitHub for this particular repository also need to pass a secret code. So when this code matches, then only there will be handshaking for any system like that, for security reasons. So what we need to do, we need to generate a secret authentication. So we will go back to the Jenkins dashboard for the Jenkins admin user. Okay. So again, we will come back to Jenkins here. And we will go to dashboard. And we will go to people. This is the user. How many users we have created? This is the user we have created. Okay. So go there. And we need to generate secret. Go to the Jenkins people, click on the user DevOps configure, and you go to configure. You can give any num, you can give any description, but you go, this is the important thing, the token, the API token, because this is a application programming interface. Why application programming interface? Because there are two systems, two applications trying to talk to each other, trying to handshake. So that is a two applications programming interface. Okay. And you are exchanging a token, that secret token. So after this, add a new token. I click on add a new token. You just have to give a name of that token. You give a name. So what do I give? Yeah, no. You don't have to give anything. You just have to generate the token.
Okay.
Copy this token. Now, because it cannot be recovered in this, like for everything, you have to copy this token. And you can put it over here. Or any place, anywhere. I'm copying it over here, just for the time being. Okay. Copy the generate token, as this cannot be recovered in future. I have copied this token. And what do you do? What shall we do? We have to save. So this has been added. Jenkins user ID DevOps has been added with a token. Now, where shall I go? I will go here. What is the token? I will paste it over here, right? This token is also known to this user, DevOps, the admin. So then there can be a handshaking because they know each other. You will not go and start handshaking with any person that you do not know, right?
Yes, sir.
So I have pasted this secret token over here. And which of the events would you like to trigger this webhook? So webhook will be triggered whenever there is a push event on the GitHub. That means somebody has pushed some changes into this GitHub, right? That is the situation. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So click on the active. It is already there. So that this Git webhook is active now. And we say add webhook. So now this is all the configuration that you wanted to do. And it has been added. I will never save this. So you have this payload URL. What is the payload URL? This is the payload URL.
The IP address of
IP
master.
address, HTTP IP address of the master Jenkins. See, this is the webhook on the GitHub. Okay. It has a payload URL. So it will talk to, this is going to talk to Jenkins over a payload URL. Once there is a push event on this particular thing, it will trigger an event with the payload URL over onto Jenkins, and Jenkins can accept that because Jenkins job will be triggered, because that is the way they have handshaken each other. There's an agreement between these two. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So webhooks allow external services to be notified when certain events happen. External services, somebody has pushed in some this thing. When the specified events happen, we will send a post request. It will post a request to whom? To each of the URLs. You can have multiple, because there can be multiple pipelines or multiple systems. So you are using this particular URL for the push, like somebody has pushed event. There can be some other event, and you are using this particular the payload, the endpoint, to trigger an event with that means a demo job will be triggered immediately once there is a change. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So this has been configured in the both ends, one on the GitHub and the other one on the Jenkins. So let me check what is the next step. Check under the webhooks if the payload URL is displayed. Yes, once the webhook is added, it will handshake with the Jenkins master for any change done in the GitHub. So if you want to study anything, more details on the Git webhook, on the webhooks and the payloads, you can refer to this particular URL. It's a very good reading. You can go through and read. Now to check if the webhook is working, that will be done. But are you fine with the changes that you have done? Where did you do the change? On the demo. So can we check on the build? Where did you, these are the fine, but where did you change it? On the build triggers. And the build triggers is a GitHub webhook trigger for Git SCM polling. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So my job should be there, but for the job to trigger, I have given you how to push it. Suppose you can do it. Will you try to do that, or we will directly do it over on the GitHub, the changes?
Sir, we will directly do in the GitHub check.
But you will know how to do it if you want to do it from the scratch.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You actually, what you do, you go to any particular directory, you make any folder, and then for making any changes. Okay. So what you do, you have to clone the entire repository. What is the repository? This one. You are cloning it from the master branch of this particular remote URL into your local repository. And once it is done, you make the changes into your local repository, then you add it. You know how to do that. You add it and then commit it and then push it to the original master. So instead of doing this, I will directly go over here. I will, where is this thing? Yeah. So this is one change that I want to. Where do I need to do the change?
Sir, in that our code or anything.
In the HTML files.
No, yeah, that is what. But there are two repositories, right? The repositories which the repository which is on demo, I will change
DevOps
because
IQ.
that is the first job. Whenever somebody is putting something, this one, this, I will first of all put it into the test server. So my slave one should be invoked first. And what is the job on the slave one?
Sir,
What is the Jenkins job? To be deployed on test one, slave one?
Demo.
So demo is nothing but the demo has been configured for which source, which is version control?
Sir, Git.
Git is the version control, but what is the name of that version? That repository?
DevOps IQ.
So in this DevOps IQ, I will do the changes. That's why I have gone there. I have gone to DevOps IQ, and I will go to the master branch. I will do the changes. First of all, remember our job number is 4, last, and here it is 2. So if the automation is complete, then the job will change to
5,
and this one changed to
3.
But I will not go like this. I will not go to this one. I will not say, see, last job is 4. Manually, if I want to do, I will say click on build now, right? But I will not do that. I will make changes. I will make changes as a developer. I will make changes and put it on my, so my work is done. After that, my DevOps guys and my DevOps pipeline will pick up and do all the necessary activity till it is deployed on the testing server. Clear?
Okay, sir.
And also assuming that the testing server has passed it and it will then be deployed to pre-production server in one go. So let us do some changes over there. Let me go there. I will not do any changes over here, like the Docker file, or I could have done it, but that is also a change, right? What do you think?
Yes, sir.
But that is an internal change. I will not be able to see it on the screen. To justify that I have something to do on the screen, so I'm editing it. I am now opening up taking out that, taking out those parts. So this is now live. I mean, it is active. So we will have 2 more lines with underline. Here we have released version, let's say version 2.0 with Git webhook, and we are finally seeing Git webhook and Jenkins integration. Fine. So this was the change. Once I save this with a commit, let's say commit done on webhook trigger. Okay. So we are doing this change. I have made a change. Okay. Nothing else. I have not done nothing else. I have made a change. I will go and see that there is a master has recent pushes less than a minute ago, because I have done the changes directly on. Let me go back to Jenkins and find out if there is some change. Dashboard. Did we miss anything? I had done the refresh, but I'm not seeing that this has changed. Maybe it's taking a bit of time. Let's see. So was it not committed? DevOps IQ, I had done the changes. Yeah, this was done. Commit done on, yeah, this was the 2 minutes back, but still it is not firing. So there might be some issue with that webhook trigger. Oh, this one, let me check. 65 to 141, 159. Yeah, this is okay. Did I click on this? Yeah, I should have done that. No, I must have done that. So it is showing some error, invalid.
Invalid.
Why it is showing that? Response 302 is an error. Error
Sir, in
response.
the that URL we can give instead of HTTPS.
No, no. Why do we need to give it HTTPS? Because that is not a. Shall we change it again? It should not be like this. Let me delete it. Okay. Let me go back here. Because I should get this particular there is some broken up. Okay, one thing can we do? Can we do this directly from like this one? So maybe because it is a push, it is not, you know, what is happening because we have configured it on a push event, right? But
Yes, sir.
are we pushing it anything? We are doing it directly on the GitHub. Let us try that. That might be the problem. See, that is the issue actually. Let us go back to this. What did we do? Let us add a webhook. I'm copying this, putting this 8080 GitHub webhook. So let me generate again. Let me go back to this one. Dashboard, people, configure. I will add a new token, generate. Let me copy this one. Copy. Let me put it over here. Okay, so this is my latest one. I would like to, yeah, copy this new token because, and after this, I will save over here. Save over here, but I will like to go there and put it over there, right? Because there is just the push event. I say add a webhook. That's fine, but that should not happen. Last delivery was not successful. Okay. Are you saying it should work with HTTPS? No, no, not complicate things. Let's say we should be able to do it. Doesn't matter whether it's a HTTP or HTTPS. But our side is basically it is HTTP. Okay. Something must have gone, but let's say we will check that. So what we will do, we will go by this. Where is the it should be in slave one. So let me go back to here. Go back to my home folder. I will try to clone it from here. So let me go back here. Okay. Can I copy this? There can be problems, but see, you have got this one. So now it is the repository is under your control. So you go there, you will see that there is a .git. So it is already initialized, git initialized. Okay. I want to go to this particular thing because there you will find the images and the index.html. Here, I will say index.html. And let's say I make a change. It is fully automated. Okay. I am not doing anything over here. Okay. Let me do one more thing. Here I am giving the underline as well. Fine. These are the changes that I have done. Save it, come out. So if you say git status, what will you find? This is the index.html. There is one file that I have changed, right? That is fine. So what you do next, git add dot. So git status, what will you find? It is turned green. So after it has turned green, you have done some changes over here. I'm saying Okay. So I have given a message like this. But it is saying oh, there is nothing, no configuration at all. So git config minus list. So I am not having, this one is fine. This is the remote URL. But what about my name and all these things are not there. So git config minus minus global, what? User dot name. I will say Devashish GIF. This is my account, right? And also git config minus minus global user dot email. You remember, na? What I'm trying to do? Okay, now if you say git config list, what are you seeing? You are seeing that these two were not there earlier. Now it has come. Now I should be able to. So git status. You are on the branch master. Your branch is ahead of origin master by, so you working trickling. So you want to git push, right? So my username, I have forgotten my this thing, Pat and all this stuff. So here I am giving Devashish GIF. And here what? The Pat. So these changes have gone. So we first have to verify. I come here. I go there. Less than a minute ago. Master. Index. You see, the changes has come, right? Do you agree? This was the change in the title, and there was a change. Another change was that I have made it you. So do you agree that the changes have come? You have pushed it.
Yes, sir.
Now with the push event, whether the thing is working, let me go to Jenkins dashboard. I don't know. Still, it is not working. I think that GitHub, that one is not working correctly. Otherwise, it should have been done. That webhook is not working correctly. Because that was having a issue with this. See, it should be green.
Green, yes.
It should be green. I don't know. Did I not configure the payload URL over there? This should be HTTP.
Sir, hello.
Huh?
Sir, can you please open the webhook URL? Kindly, sir.
Webhook here.
Yeah. And kindly at the end, kindly payload URL. In the end of payload
Oh,
URL.
you are saying this one?
Yes. One slash, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe this one is the issue.
Okay. Maybe. Let's see. Demo 5 was run. Demo 5 was run. Do you see that demo 5 was there? But somehow it is not running. Status, it has not found the status. You see, this was done today. Somewhere it has gone some wrong. Oh, finish success. Triggering a new build for demo prod. Now see, this is the build number 5. So why it is not? So this one is, it is fine, it is success. Because at end of the thing is, it is getting a success. So why it is not reflecting over here? Let me check the demo prod. Demo prod, you see demo prod is version 3. Because if you check here, this is 3, number 2, number 4. Here it is showing number 3. Yeah. It has what? It has taken a lot of time. I don't know why it has taken so much of time. Okay, let me check again on the webhook. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know why it has taken so much of time. It should not. Maybe it's because of too much of. It's a low configuration TTU micro. That might be a problem. But anyway, it has run. Remember that it has changed from 4 to 5, and this thing. I have not done anything manually. Just I have used the push command now. It worked. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Any questions that you have? You have to try your own self. You should also get the same result. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you have to do this. Maybe if we have waited a bit, that could have also been done. But since it is a push thing that they are expecting, only after I have pushed it, the push event was there, and therefore it was bigger. Because generally that will happen. I will not directly go and never work on the GitHub repository directly. Okay. Because this GitHub webhook is a push trigger. This is a push trigger. Therefore, it is the problem. I had to do this part, cloning and then making a change and then adding and committing and then pushing. You can also be able to do that. See, once I have done a change over here, I should be able to remove it because it is there available in my GitHub repository. So I can say rm minus rf DevOps IQ. Now you will see, because you do the change and post it onto the repository. Your changes are there available. Because you can verify you have given the commit, something like that. You have given this the commit from the local repository of slave1 webhook pipeline. It was done 12 minutes back. Yeah, this was the commit from local repository slave1. That is the thing, because if you go and check over here, I think it is still there. Yeah. Can you see this? Can you see this? So that was the last change that you have done it and pushed it. Therefore, your push is very important, because you have pushed it, you will be able to see the changes, and therefore it will be automatically fired. This CI/CD demo pipeline, this has changed from 4 to 5, from 4 to 5, and 2 to 3, and successful. So if you go and check it, now you go and check it. First of all, you check it on the, so what is that? HTTP. What is the slave1? Slave1. And I don't know which one, 81 or 82. We have to check that. Let's say try with 81. No, it is not 81. So let's try with 82. Oh, I have to give you that one. Huh? So what is that? DevOps IQ. You see, here we have really see all these things. I have given the underline for this italic. Here also, here we have released version 2 with GitHub, Git webhook. We are finally seeing the Git webhook and Jenkins. So this is the change, right?
Yes.
And I will also do it like this on the other one, demo prod. So HTTP. What is the other one? Slave2. Slave2. And is it 82? I think 83, right?
83 was this.
I think it is 83. Yeah, 83. And I will again give the same endpoint. DevOps. I don't think I have done any changes over here. That's fine. At least you can see you have done some changes on the demo job. And once you push it, immediately it will be fired without you clicking on the on the build now. It has automatically fired. because of it has got the payload URL. It took some time. That's why we got some panic, but that is not the reason. It is because it took some time. It had to do whatever the cloning and this and that, then building it as a Docker image, all these things. If you go now, you will see on Jenkins 2, you will see Docker PS. Do you see DevOps prod? It was up 8 minutes because whenever it run the job, it first cleared up any of the container which was remaining from the yesterday, from the other run. So it removed that, it ran it, and it's up for the last 8 minutes. Similarly, we can go for Jenkins slave 1. And what we will see, Docker PS it is DevOps demo, and it is also up for 9 minutes. Okay. And it is working on 82, and here it is working on, I think, 83. Yeah, 83. So is it clear? You practice it, only then you will be able to master it. I will stop the sharing.